So if I start with the fundamentals of multi-threading, the basics of multi-threading today, what primary difference? ओके, एक कॉर्पोरेट की पिकनिक जा रही है, जो लोग जॉब करते हैं वो लोग का ट्रिप जा रहा है, पिकनिक बोलेंगे, ट्रिप बोलेंगे। तो सब इसमें एम्प्लॉयज़ है, 20, 30, 40 साल के एम्प्लॉयज़ है, और ये छोटे बच्चे, स्कूल किड्स। इसमें इसमें क्या होता है कि पीयूष माइक म्यूट कर दे। कौन से स्लिप्स पेंडिंग है जेडीपीसी के? So which all did you practice? Any of the remaining which you feel we should cover? Bring that up then. So when a school picnic goes, so let's say this is a bus, and this bus contains 20-seater, okay, 20-seater bus है ये। तो इसमें 15 स्टूडेंट्स रहेंगे और कुछ स्टाफ भी रहेंगे, राइट? So let's say the headmaster also is accompanying the students. Now wherever the headmaster will take, the bus will go in that route, yes or no? Or will the headmaster listen to the students? So the student says, sir, take to this garden. Will he listen to the students, or will he follow the instruction which were given to them by the principal? Right? So this bus will follow one single route. जहाँ जहाँ नाश्ता करने रुकना है, जो जो पॉइंट्स पे जाना है, वो राउट्स फॉलो करके वापस ये ट्रिप आ जाएगी। तो अगर ऑन द वे म्यूजियम का हॉल्ट है, किसका हॉल्ट है? अगर म्यूजियम पे हॉल्ट होने वाला है, सो इवन दो अगर कोई स्टूडेंट्स को म्यूजियम नहीं जाना है, स्टिल दे हैव टू गेट डाउन ओवर देयर एंड गो एंड विजिट द म्यूजियम, यस और नो? देन ऑन द वे जो है कोई फोर्ट का विजिट होने वाला है, तो अगर कोई स्टूडेंट ने वो फोर्ट पहले विजिट कर चुका है, but still he or she will have to go and visit the fort once again, correct? Because the flow is decided by one person. So in whichever direction that person takes, all the 20 students will go follow that direction. तो ये होता है स्कूल पिकनिक में सिंगल फ्लो होता है, सिंगल फ्लो ऑफ कंट्रोल। Now let's fast forward to a corporate trip. So how corporate trips are managed is they assemble at a certain point from where they will be departing. So let's say they depart from Arwa Tower. So where will the bus come at? Which place? Bus will come to Arwa Tower, okay? अब यहाँ पर कोई हेडमास्टर नहीं है, सब कॉलीग्स हैं। So Arwa Tower में they have assembled, and let's say they are going to महाबलेश्वर. So Arwa Tower से लेके महाबलेश्वर के रिजॉर्ट तक they will go together, yes, no, maybe, yes guys, I know what I'm trying to say. So अरोरा टावर से लेके ये 20 लोग कहाँ तक गए? महाबलेश्वर में। तो ये राउट सिंगल राउट था, ये ठीक है। अब महाबलेश्वर के रिजॉर्ट पे जब आ गए तो उन्होंने वहाँ पर मोटरसाइकिल्स बुक की है, 15 मोटरसाइकिल। तो कितने मोटरसाइकिल रखी हुई है इधर? और फिर उन्होंने बोला है भाई जिसको जहाँ घूमना है घूमो, और इन द इवनिंग वी विल डिपार्ट बैक एट 7 PM, ठीक है। तो ये मोटरसाइकिल में रखे हैं 15। सो नाउ एवरी पर्सन कैन टेक one different motorcycle and explore the city फॉर हिमसेल्फ और हरसेल्फ, उसको किसी के फ्लो पे डिपेंडेंट होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। सो अब ये 15 लोग कितने डायरेक्शन में जा सकते हैं? बोलो भाई। बस में 15 लोग हैं, तो ये 15 लोग कितने डायरेक्शन में जा सकते हैं? 15 डायरेक्शन में, राइट। तो ये हर एक के पास अपनी मोटरसाइकिल है और वो अपने हिसाब से, तो अगर किसी को म्यूज़ियम नहीं जाना है, किसी को फोर्ट नहीं जाना है, तो उसकी मर्ज़ी है, वो कोई और चीज़ एक्सप्लोर कर सकता है, करेक्ट। सो if they departed from at 7 a.m. from Aurora Tower, reach the Mahabaleshwar Resort at 9 a.m. and they have to depart back by 7 p.m. So 7 a.m. से लेके 9 a.m. तक कितने फ्लोज थे? बोलो भाई। जहाँ पर ये ड्राइवर ले जा रहा था वहाँ आप जाते थे, है ना। 7 a.m. से 9 a.m. तक कितने फ्लो थे? ये 20 लोग एक ही फ्लो में जा रहे थे ना। 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. how many flows were there, single or multiple? Single flow. Then from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. they can spread out and each one can go in a separate direction. Yes, no, maybe, guys. Okay, so now here you can have multiple flows and they all are running parallelly. Multiple flows are running in parallel, correct. So each person, so at 12 noon, person A might be at a hotel, person B might be at the museum, person C might be at some amusement park, person D might be at some other, might be at a fort, person E might be in some garden, okay, and person F might be at some beach. They all might be at different places. Yes, no, maybe, because each is having its own individual flow. Each one is having its own. So each employee is having his or her own individual flow. So this is called as multi-threading. So all this while the single flow which was there in our application was because of the main thread. So all this while till 5th semester we were doing single threading application, and that single thread was the main thread. So in whichever direction the main would decide, the program would go in that direction. So this was your single threaded application. What happens in multi-threading application is we start with the main. Initially process starts with the main. So there is a single flow at the start, right? At the start there is main, but after that we can create multiple flows by using multi-threading. Okay, so we start with a single thread, but then at certain point of time we can create multiple flows. So each flow is a thread. So here you can say you have 6 threads running parallel. So a definition of a thread is individual flow of control. So by definition, a thread is individual flow of control. So this increases parallelism in programming. Okay, so by having multiple threads I can have parallel programs running simultaneously. Let me give you one more real world scenario. So let's say a person is supposed to get married after 5 months. Okay, so he's got his date fixed for 11th of July, 11th of June 2025, and now he wants to start his home renovation. So for his home renovation, he wants to renovate the entire house. So he wants to change the tiling, he wants to change the electrical fitting, he wants to change the paint, he wants to change the washroom fittings, and he wants to change the entire furniture. Okay, so let's say, so and so he calls separate contractors. So he calls the tiling contractor and tells him that I want to complete the tiling work. The tiling contractor gives him a budget of 1 lakh and duration of 30 days. Then he calls the electrical contractor, same. The electrical contractor also tells him that it will take 1 lakh to change all the light fittings and will take 30 days duration. Painting contractor also gives him a budget of 1 lakh and duration of 30 days. Okay, and all the sanitary ware also which he wants to change will take 1 lakh and 30 days. And furniture guy also says I'll take 1 lakh and 30 days. So total how many days? 5 months and 5 lakh rupees, right? So what is his budget now? 5 months and 5 lakh. So first he will call the tiling contractor. So in the month of February who will be working? Then the month of March, April, May and June is the wedding, they'll finish it off, right? So how are they working? Serially or parallelly? No, they are working one after the other, right? They are working one after the other. So first the tiling contractor will start the work. Once that work completes, electrical contractor will start. Once that work completes, painting contractor. Once that work completes, washroom, and then once that work completes, furniture, and then task done. So at any given point of time, only one work is in progress, correct? In the month of February, which work is in progress? So now, if it's an now this marriage is preponed, okay, for some reasons the marriage gets preponed and the marriage is scheduled for next month. Okay, so the marriage gets preponed and it says that marriage is on 12th of March. Now does he have time? How much time does he have? How much time? Today is 12th of Feb, right? So how much time does he have now? 1 month, and in 1 month he needs to complete 5 tasks. So now he will call all the contractors parallelly. So in the month of February, all these 5 contractors will work parallelly. The tiling contractor, as well as the electrical contractor, as well as the paint contractor, as well as the washroom fitting contractor, as well as the furniture contractor. Now they all are running sequentially or in parallel? Yes, no, maybe. So now I have 5 different flows of control. Okay. So now how many contractors will work in parallel in the month of February? 5 contractors. So the work which was supposed to get finished in 5 months now has to be done in how many months? 1 month. So I will employ 5 parallel contractors and they will work at the same time. So how many flows of control do I have? How many flow of controls are there now? 5, right? And they all are running parallel. So you can call these 5 parallel flows as each thread. So now in my application I have how many threads running? How many threads running? Each contractor is a thread. Each contractor is a thread. So how many threads do I have running now? 5 threads, correct? So this is what is multi-threading. So in your computer applications, each of your WhatsApp chat is a thread. Each WhatsApp chat is a thread. So if you have 100 chats open, so you have 100 parallel threads running in the WhatsApp application. And when you close one app, when you close one chat, the 99s are not impacted. So if this chap finishes his journey by by noon and returns to the resort, it does not impact the other employees. If the tiling contractor finishes the job in 20 days, doesn't impact the other contractors. So each WhatsApp chat is a thread. So if you log into Amazon, are you the only logged in customer that time, or are there parallelly other customers also shopping? So for each logged in customer, Amazon.com maintains a thread. So at times there can be thousands of customers. So thousands of threads are running parallel. And what one customer is browsing, or what one customer is adding to cart, or what one customer is making payment, it does not impact the other customer. So it's an individual thread. Okay, your video games, your VFX. So if you have a video game wherein if you have 3 soldiers approaching, so this is a soldier, this is a soldier, this is a soldier is approaching you, and this is the main player. And if you shoot one player, so this thread gets killed. But these 2 threads are still running, and these 2 soldiers will still come and attack you. So these are all your real-time areas, application areas of multi-threading. Okay. So now let's learn how to create threads. So we have 2 ways of creating a thread. How many ways? Yes, guys. 2 ways of creating a thread. So one is extends the thread class. Extends which class? And second is you implements the runnable interface. So these 2 ways you have of creating a thread. Either extend the thread class or you implements the runnable interface. Now this thread class is a very important class. It is a built-in class made by Java developers. It is in the java.lang.thread pack. Which package it is in? It is in which package? Thread class is in which package? Okay. So this class which has been made by the Java developers is very versatile class. So what is the class name? So what is this then? In this thread class, what is this? This is, so it has a no args constructor. It has a overloaded constructor which takes a string as an argument. It has a constructor which takes any object of the runnable as a parameter. It has multiple constructors. It has. You can pass any class which is implementing the runnable interface as a parameter to this. Along with that, it has a start method, and this start method is the backbone of your thread class. So the start method does lots and lots of activities. So first activity which the start method does is it creates a new thread. So which method creates a new thread? Yes. Start method of which class? Yeah, thread class. And thread class of which package? Yes. So these are activities of the start method of the java.lang.thread class. These are activities of the java.lang. So it creates a new thread, allocates memory to the new thread, registers the new thread with the thread scheduler, registers the new thread with the thread scheduler. Like how we have OS in our computers, in multi-threading we have thread scheduler. So thread scheduler manages the working of the threads. And then it calls the run method. It calls which method? Parameter or non-parameterized. So these are all methods of which class? Then it has methods to set the priority of a thread. It has methods to read the priority of a thread. Okay. So various methods are there in this thread class. Okay. Set priority, get priority, all that. One second. Hello. No, no. Weekends I will come. Weekday I will 7:30 only. Come at 7:30. Today I will come. So set priority, get priority. These are many methods which are there in this. Which class is this? Thread class. Okay. And then we have one interface called as, what is the interface name? Interface name is runnable. So this interface runnable has an abstract method called as public abstract void run. Which method does it have? So if you want to create a thread, you can use either of these two. Which of these two? Either you can use the thread class or you can use the runnable interface. Okay, so let me show you all an example. So let me now take an example that if I want to display numbers 1 to 26 and I want to display characters A to Z, but I want them to be in parallel. Okay, so I want two threads. How many threads? One thread is displaying me, one thread is displaying me 1 to 26, and so will these two threads run parallelly or will they run serially? So will it first display me 1 to 26 and then display me A to Z, or will it start displaying them parallelly? Threads have, yes, because threads are running in parallel. Okay, as I mentioned earlier in the real world examples, all the threads are running parallel. So these two threads I will start and they will run parallel. So let me come over here. So is my notepad C visible to you all? No need to import any package when you are doing multi-threading, because it is in which package? And java.lang is auto import. Okay. So first let me make a class numeric and I will extend which class? Okay. Now is it? And whatever task you want the thread to perform, Write that task in the run method. Which method? So what do I want the numeric thread to do? I want it to display me I'll display I and I'll give a space. I'll just display I. Okay. So I'll make one more class now. Call alpha. And what will that do? That will display me characters. Okay. And then I'll make a class which will be public, which contains the main method. Public class thread demo. What will it contain? Okay. Make the first thread using this class. Make second thread using this class. And now start both the threads. So start will internally call run, right? As I mentioned over here. The paint's invisible to you all. Start will internally call the run method. So no need to call the run method explicitly. Run start is sufficient. And then thread 2 dot start. The class which contains main is public and program is saved by the name of the public class. So I go here, I search for your folder TUI SAM6, make a folder multi-threading, and save it as .java. Makes sense? Z, I will put a space first and then I'll display that we can get 2 tracks. Save it, file, open containing folder, CMD. Is my console screen visible to you all? Java C thread demo, and now the output will come, but I cannot predict in which form the output will come. See, first I started the thread 1 and then thread 2 is a serial. Okay, but every time it will give me a different output. You cannot predict the output in multi-threading. So let me run again. Okay, you cannot predict the output in multi-threading. It is giving me like this, but not necessarily always this will be the case. Then the code might behave differently also. This time it is running all the same. I thought you saw. Okay, did you see that? See J to Z. Yeah, see in between it has started. Yeah. So like this you can create your multiple threads. Making sense?